Our next story is Christopher, please clean out your room. Remember, Auntie read this one already. It's so funny.
He don't clean his
So the
room.
theme for the evening seems to be the importance of cleanliness, being clean. Christopher lived on Glen Place Avenue with his family. He was a fine young man who helped his neighbors with errands and did his chores. He was good at sports and came first in his class.
The one thing Christopher wouldn't do was clean his room. His clothes were scattered around, books, papers, and magazines lay all over the floor. The dust and piling up
It's piling up.
Christopher's room stank. The socks under the bed were cheesy. The sandwich behind the door grew
Funky.
Ooh.
The
The room was so untidy. The shoes smelled funky.
She like that.
And the fish blew.
The fishbowl stank. He room stinker now.
Oh, look, you rat.
The rat. Christopher's mother refused to go into his room.
They feed the snake.
Yeah.
And the rat.
Smells so bad because she thought there might be snakes in there.
Even the
grandmother. His grandmother, when she visited, always fainted. His father never went too near Christopher's door. And when his friends slept over, they had nightmares about rats. Even the wind wouldn't blow through Christopher's room. When his family and his friends complained, Christopher just said, I like my room the way it is. I can find everything. It's comfortable like this. And
But
he
dirty.
refused, musty.
He
He
don't
refused to clean his
He don't
room.
want to clean until he see a rat run across the foot.
Yeah. Lazy man. Alright, you read this one now. His
parents tried everything. Christopher couldn't have dessert, but he wouldn't clean his room. He couldn't watch TV, but he couldn't clean his room. He wasn't allowed to have friends over, but he couldn't clean his room. The socks under the bed were cheesy. The sandwich behind the door grew funky. The room was so untidy. The shoes smelled funky. And the fish bowl stank.
Christopher boy, you musty.
If I was his friend, I wouldn't be frightened. I would be terrified.
Terrified about them. Now, the two goldfish who live in that fish bowl were becoming quite concerned about their health. Christopher had not changed the water in their bowl in weeks, and it was green and murky. They felt like they were choking, so the goldfish decided to find a way to get Christopher to clean his room. All that day they thought and thought, but they couldn't come up with a plan. That night, as they were having supper, they spotted a cockroach hurrying across the room.
I would be screaming if I was up and I see that.
Yeah, Mr. Cockroach. Wait up, Mr. Cockroach, a word with you, one fish said. The cockroach stopped and climbed up to the fish bowl. How I get reading this? I can finish reading. Oh, good evening, Miss Fish, Miss Fish. What can I do for you? He asked. We need you to help us do a job, replied the fish. We need to get Christopher to clean up his room. Oh, no indeed, said Mr. Cockroach. I can't stay here. This room is much too dirty. I only take shortcuts through here to get next door. And besides, he likes it like this. He'll never clean up. What about your friends? Would they help? Asked the fish. They feel the same way, replied Mr. Cockroach. They can't stand to come in here. The socks under the bed are cheesy. The sandwich behind the door grows funky. The room is so untidy. The shoes smell funky. And the fish bowl stinks. All right, your turn. The fish.
The fish started to cry. No one would help them. They were doomed. Mr. Cockroach looked at the floor. He hated to see fish cry. He felt sorry for them. But what could he do? Suddenly he had an idea.
Don't cry, he said. I will
Oh,
speak to my people and let you know what we can do. And he went off to the big sugar feast at the store next door.
The night the cockroach met and planned, word was sent to the goldfish. The fish were happy because they knew that the cockroach were just right for the job. Whoa, yeah. I can't even count them.
At 11:30 it began. Thousands of cockroaches had gathered. Cockroaches from the east and from the west. Cockroaches from the north and the south. There were cockroaches of every kind. They put on their gas masks, and at 11:45 they started to crawl towards Christopher's room.
They're probably putting the gas mask because they will think.
Smell so stink.
I might go under the bed.
Imagine
to
a
get
dirty
over.
cockroach gas down your room. Room gotta be
Again?
real dirty. Come, Christopher was.
Christopher was sound asleep. He had played a good game of baseball that day, shared a Sunday with his friend Hal, and had once more refused to clean his room. Someday, when he was older, he might clean it up, but for now it was comfortable. The way it was. The sound under the bed the socks under the bed were cheesy. The sandwich behind the door grew funky. The room was so untidy. The shoes smelled funky, and the fish bowl stank. By 11:55, the cockroaches were in the place. The goldfish locked on as roaches landed all over the room. Every surface was covered in a mixture of shades and colors.
At midnight it began. A cockroach dropped on Christopher's eye and he blinked. Another one dropped on his nose and he brushed it away. Suddenly one dropped in his mouth and he woke up with a start. That's so yucky. He turned on the lights, but he could not scream. He was too short. He tried to brush the cockroaches off his bed, but they kept coming and coming. Then the ones on the wall started to move. They spelled out, "Christopher, tidy up your room now."
Mommy pushed crutches.
Come,
I'll do it tomorrow, Christopher said. The cockroaches replied, "Tidy up your room now. We mean business." And they started coming toward him. Blue roaches, green roaches, black roaches, brown roaches,
striped
ones on
polka, dotted
ones, all kinds of cockroaches.
They
They surrounded his bed. Fat ones, skinny ones, big ones, small ones, and they kept coming.
Christopher was terrified. He jumped out of bed. Yeah, it big too. And ran for the closet where he got the duster, the broom, the vacuum, and a laundry basket. Quickly, he started to pack up all the clothes and put them away. He looked up, and a quarter of the cockroaches were gone. He dusted his books and shelves, tidied his papers, and looked again. Another quarter of the cockroaches were gone. He swept and vacuumed, and another quarter of the cockroaches went away. He cleaned all under, hello pretty girl, all under his bed. Cute in her glasses. These are real glasses or just the ones for
The
show?
real ones.
Real. The girl seeing better now. Yeah, so happy for her. He cleaned all under his bed, and the last quarter of the roaches went away, except for Mr. Cockroach, who stood on the dresser by the fish bowl.
Christopher opened his window and he took the fish bowl for a good cleaning. When he returned, Mr. Cockroach went away too. The fish were happy and the wind blew through the room again. Everything was nice and clean, light and bright,
Spick and span.
spick and span. Even Christopher felt better. He jumped back into his bed and fell fast asleep.
The next morning, Christopher's family was amazed. His mother came to see his room. His father came to see his room. His grandmother came to see his room. Even his friends came to see his room. But they were puzzled. What had come over Christopher? Well, Christopher isn't talking, but anytime there is a speck or a spot, a pile of dust, a crumb on the floor, or a bunch of clothes on the chair, Christopher cleans up. You read this part. He remembers.
He remembers only too well the night of the
Cockroaches. He want them cockroaches come back, so he keeping the room clean. What about you? Do you keep your room clean? Do you keep your room clean? She don't know about that. Well,
I
auntie,
keep it
I
clean.
try. Yeah, I
I
would say I
try
do.
to
Yeah,
keep it clean, but
I do.
it just get that dirty somehow.
Sometimes mine will be confused during the day, but I practice every morning and
Not
every
me.
evening. But she said not me. You know why? Mostly because the
clean the
space so
bedroom
small now. Yeah, I just keep
all
it pretty
the
tidy.
time.
But sometimes some of the rest of the house will get confused, and then it
Again.
will have confused time and it will have tidy time. That's auntie keeping it real.
For my birthday,
Alright,
I want